Apparently, Barca are about to level another bid.
How desperate are Barca?
£140 million.
They are desperados.
For Coutinho, he's not even one of the best, what, top 15 players in the world? It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, he's a good player.
He's not 150 million,
no.
Craig.
But then Kyle Walker's not 50 million. I mean, the thing is, they are absolutely desperate. Right? That's it. They're flagging. They've got board problems. They've got Messi problems in terms of their contract. They've lost Neymar, and they're talking about suing him, and they are absolutely desperate. The rumour has it they're trying to encourage Dembele at Dortmund to not go to training. There's lots of rumours there. To pay this kind of money, it would just be crazy.
How much is enough, Stevie, before you sell him? There's got to be a figure.
Can you imagine they get 150 from him?
No, it's not.
150 million.
It's not. Listen, the problem I have is that if Liverpool are in financial trouble, then you take the money, because that has to be sorted out. Liverpool are not in financial trouble. Liverpool, if Barcelona and all this Coutinho stuff had never come to the front, Liverpool have money to go out and buy defenders. Everybody says take the money and go and buy defenders. Liverpool can afford to do that right now without the Coutinho money.
But they can do it and still have money in the bank.
Well, how's about, right? How's about you go and let them have Coutinho and you get all this money, and all of a sudden you've got all your fans around the world, not just in Liverpool, saying, hold on a second, I want to support a team that's actually going to try and win one of the major prestigious tournaments. What happens if they all disappear and go somewhere else?
Who's disappearing?
Do you think around the world
fans are suddenly going to go, I'm going to burn my shirt now, I'm not going to support Liverpool because they sold Coutinho?
Do you think all these new fans around the world, in Asia, right, if they've been supporting Liverpool for one season and they start getting rid of all the... You think
is that seriously your argument here? That is why you can't sell Coutinho, because you're worried about Asian fans supporting them for a year.
I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Plastic fans are always going to leave the team. It doesn't matter what happens if they like that.
I'll tell you about all the Arsenal fans in the that have got rid of the season tickets.
Stevie,
because they're crap.
Stevie, realistically.
They've got rid of the season tickets.
Well, that's their choice.
Well, it's exactly. So if you've got a board and an owner who doesn't care about winning tournaments, some people might just say, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm not going to go and spend money on a season ticket. I'm not going to go and buy your jerseys.
Stevie, realistically, there can't be any fan with a brain in their head would stop supporting a club like Liverpool because they took something close to 150 million for a player they got because Inter Milan wanted to get rid of him.
They might. All these new fans might just say, you know what?
You're worried about new fans? What are you talking about, man?
Well, the old school guys are going to just stay with it. But what are all these new fans that everybody keeps talking about?
What new fans? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, there's branding. Oh, there's branding that's been going on. So where do they all come from? What do you call them?
So Liverpool's future and playing future and financial future hinges on these new fans in Asia and beyond.
Right. As usual, we take it to the nth degree. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The point is that people are just going to turn around and say, right, I'll tell you what, I've had enough of this.
What, for 150 million?
They just get rid of all the best players.
No.
But they don't need money.
Everybody needs the money. Come on.
It's a lot of money, Steve.
I'll tell you what, put it this way then. If they sold Coutinho, I would absolutely have a problem with the Fenway Group. 100%.
What, for 150 million?
Because, yes.
Oh, we'll leave it
because they're basically saying, we're not interested in winning the Premier League, or we're not interested in doing well in the Champions League. Because every time somebody comes along with a chequebook, we're just going to sell the players.
No, everyone comes along with an absolutely stupid price that is probably double what a player is worth.
Listen, regardless of the number,
Stevie, if this
you're making a statement that, you know what, the money's more important than doing something, like getting near to winning the Premier League.
If this was any other big club in the Premier League, you would be saying, sell them now.
From a business point of view, of course it makes sense. Right. But you know what? Liverpool fans are sick of listening to you about business point of view. It's all business. We need to do this for the business. How about we try and win a Premier League? Or try and do something in the Champions League?
Could you not use that money then to buy players? The 150 million to really invest.
But Dan, the point I'm making is right now Liverpool have money to go and buy players without this 150. That's the whole point.
But they don't.
If they were desperate for money and had financial trouble, yes, you take their money. Of course you do. Because at the end of the day, if the club's struggling financially, you want the club to actually be there. But they're not in that position.
But
they're in
with
a
that
position
money...
well, they've got money to buy people without that money.
No, but they're limited. Wage structure. You know this, Stevie.
Correct.
Liverpool can't compete with the big boys because of their wage structure. You bring in that sort of money, you can blow that apart and become a real contender.
Do you remember a team called Borussia Dortmund?
Yes.
They had a wage structure. They competed with the likes of Bayern, who could outbuy and outsell them for fun. They managed to do it.
But Borussia Dortmund sold their best players, didn't they?
Guess what they did first? They won the Bundesliga and they got to a Champions League final before they sold all their best players. It could have been closer. It could have been about 6-5 or 7-6. I mean, listen, to watch the game, if you could sit back and just as a spectacle, it was enjoyable. Both teams had loads of chances. Both teams scored goals. Absolute magic. Now, if we start talking about defending, on the other hand, that's a different matter. But let's just enjoy it. 9 goals in 2 games. I'll take it.
Just enjoy it for what it is, Shaq,
apparently. I guess. And no real surprise, but certainly from a Liverpool perspective, you know what you're getting from them. You're getting goals, you're getting excitement. You're not going to get too many clean sheets. And unless Jurgen Klopp does something about that, I fear with defending like that, it's going to be a very short Champions League campaign for Liverpool. But saying that, as a game, as a spectacle, it was enjoyable.
Once again, no flags raised over Liverpool's defence.
Yeah, and guess who? Guess who's the real problem, or the big problem? Lovren. I mean, the first goal, I mean, it's incredible how he just passes the ball straight back to Hoffenheim, 25 yards out, and they go and score. And it's every single game. This is not something that happens every now and again. Every time Lovren steps on the field at the moment, his mistakes cost goals. You just can't keep putting him on the field and praying that he's not going to make a mistake, because it's just not happening.
I'll say it again, and I said it 5 months ago. Liverpool's best defender is on loan. Sacco. Right? You're not telling me...
Well, he was.
You're not telling me he's not a better player. Is he signed now, is he?
He's still there.
He's still there.
Well, you're not telling me that Lovren or Clavin is better than Sacco, a French international, right? You're not telling me. If you can't get Van Dijk or anybody else, you know, he's going to have to sort it out. He can't go a full year in all the cup competitions, including the elite European competition, partnering up Matip with one of these two. He can't.
I'm going to have to agree with him.
Really?
Listen, I argued that he shouldn't play, but now he should.
We now know the 32 teams that make up the 4 different pots. Gab Marcotti is in Monaco for the draw, and Gab loves this because he gets to play fantasy draw. Gab, what is your dream draw tomorrow?
Well, as you know, I love draws almost as much as Craig Burley does. So my dream draw, my toughest draw would be Real Madrid, the defending champions, Paris Saint-Germain with all their hype, Napoli, who ran Real Madrid pretty close and have a bit of an axe to grind, and Leipzig. That's right, Leipzig, the team everybody loves to hate. I think we would get some pretty cracking encounters out of that.
People hate Leipzig, of course, because they bought lots of players.
That would leave a lot of weaker teams in the other side of the section. And thus, what we're going to get, what we got again last year.
Have you changed your tune at all over the Champions League?
What, the group stages?
Yes.
No, they'll be. I'll be the usual suspects that will probably go through. Yeah. No. So no.
We say that though, but there is some interest. Like last year, we thought...
I said there was no interest. I didn't say there was no interest.
Right.
I said it will go with the usual suspects that will go through, and we'll probably... Last year was at Legia Warsaw getting hammered by Dortmund by 6 in Poland. You know, we saw Celtic getting thrashed by Barcelona. There was too many scorelines like that at this stage of the competition, or too many games that were one-sided. And there was a few good ones that popped in as well, because the draw might throw that up. But it won't, let's be honest, it won't really get to the exciting part until we get to the knockout.
Welcome back. Wayne Rooney then announces he's retiring from international football. He does so as the all-time top goal scorer for England, 53 goals. His retirement has sparked a bit of a debate as to how great he was at international.
Well, this is this sort of hypocritical part of the show where we've sat for a couple of years and some have had different opinions about, oh, he should be out in Man United, he's not great, can't do this, can't do that. Now we've got to sit and eulogise about him. Yeah?
We don't have to eulogise, you can do whatever you want.
I'm just saying it's very... We get to that stage where he gets lots of stick and then he announces retirement, and all of a sudden the hypocrisy comes round, and we start, you know, turning into sycophants.
So where do you stand on Wayne Rooney?
That's pretty good. Well, I mean, I've not been slagging him off, to be honest with you. But if you score that amount of goals, then that's a great record. What I would say, he was part of a so-called golden generation with Ferdinand and Neville and Gerrard and Lampard. The list goes on. But in the World Cups, the main elite tournament, it didn't quite happen.
He scored 1 goal. You scored a goal at World Cup. Can't be that difficult.
Yeah, let's remember, though, that
Thank you.
he was playing as a striker in a team that never performed. And most strikers are relying on what's behind them in order to succeed. Now, he did score a lot of goals, but when it came to major tournaments, his teammates were that bad that they probably... Well, they
come
didn't.
on, Gerrard,
they didn't
Lampard
but they didn't perform.
Neither did he.
If you're playing centre-forward...
Neither did he.
And they're not creating chances for you, what chance have you got? You can't blame him.
He wasn't always the main striker. He sometimes played off a striker.
But he plays up front. And guys up front rely on what's going on behind them. And if what's going on behind you isn't up to scratch, then guess who's going to suffer? That's probably why his record in the major tournaments isn't as good as, well, normal internationals.
I'm with Stevie on this. I think the golden generation disappointed throughout, and Wayne Rooney just kind of paid the price in terms of goals as a result.
How come he gets a pass then?
I think he gets a pass because his record, when fit, stands up. Remember in 2006, the metatarsal injury kind of minimised his inclusion and obviously return there. And I think that kind of summed up Wayne Rooney, that when he was at his best, he never seemed to be fully fit for the England national team. But his record stands up against anybody's.
Well, it doesn't, not in World Cups. I mean, England are playing all these qualifiers now. They always win the group. They're always top of the group and then go to the World Cup and they don't do anything. So, you know...
I mean, but at the same time, at both club and international level, he's played alongside and up against incredible talents, and his record stands up. He's now only the second member in the 200-goal club in the Premier League alongside Alan Shearer. Nobody would ever question his abilities as a striker. He's the leading goal scorer for Manchester United. You don't get that by accident. Leading goal scorer for England.
No, I don't think anyone's questioning his career. I think internationally is what we're particularly focused on.
And my point is, I think when he was at his best form, he suffered with injuries, and as a result, probably didn't have the record that he would like in an England shirt. I don't think that should count against him, that the fact that between injuries and a poor golden generation, as it were...
Which he was part of.
Yeah, but the team...
I mean, I'm not questioning his career. His career was great, right? But a lot of these guys, they're judged when they went to the World Cup, when they went to perform for England. Now, there was a team in 1990, an English team, that almost got to the final of the World Cup. They lost in the semi-final. They never come close to that in that generation, which he was part of in terms of his club career at Man United. It was excellent.